Hey guys, this is Bryant, and this is
Alexander.
And this is our channel, Mustang Mods.
EcoBoost 1.
All right. All right guys, so today we're going to be changing out the EVAP Purge valve for the EcoBoost Mustang, part number FR3Z9G297H. This is the latest and greatest part number as of today, which is June 27th, 2020. We also have the fuel pressure sensor, part number BU5Z-9F972-B. This is the one that has the blue O-ring on it, and it has the little special, I'll take it out of the package here so you can see. But it has a little special line on the This one is the one that has that little special line right there on the outer edge of the hex head portion of it. The one that's currently on my car does not have that. So basically I'm just changing these things out because of preventative maintenance. I don't want to have any issues with my car. These are infamous for having problems with your fuel sputtering on startup and on acceleration and giving you check engine lights for the, I think it's the P440 fault code for the EVAP Purge valve. But yeah, I'm not experiencing any of these issues right now. I just know that there are a possibility that they could happen, and I want to prevent my car from, living in the danger zone, basically. So the first step that we're going to do here is take off the engine cover, and that's just two number 10 millimeters and two number 8 millimeters. So I'm going to get the socket and the ratchet, and we'll get that off, and then I'll come right back. All right, so we got the two 10s out. Now I've just got to get the last number 8 out, and as you can see, since my car is a performance pack, I've got the strut tower brace bar here, so it's a little bit more tricky getting the all right, so yeah, it's a little bit more tricky getting this out with the bracer bar here, but it's still not that difficult. You just got to lift it up and kind of guide it out. No big deal. All right. With that out of the way, with the cover out of the way, you can see there's the purge valve right there, and it attaches right there. So I'm just going to disconnect that. I'm going to disconnect that and disconnect the electrical connection right there. And that should do the trick. Okay, so just to recap here, I got the EVAP Purge line in, and it's connected right down there with that little red clip. You just push the hose onto the fitting. Got that green guy right there and the electrical connection, and then you got a 10 millimeter right in there. Okay, and that's basically it. My camera died during that last shooting, so I'm not sure what I got. Sorry about that. All right, so for the fuel sensor, all we really need is a 12mm open-end wrench just to go on here and hold it in place while you're backing that off, and then you just gotta take the electrical connection off. So there's the electrical connector. You need a 12mm, like I said, to hold this is like what they call a backup wrench. And then I'm just using an adjustable wrench. I think the size of this is 23mm, but I'm just gonna use an adjustable, fit it to that size, and then now break it loose. And we're getting a little bit of fuel coming out, so should have put the rag under there beforehand, but oh well. And like I was saying, the way that you can tell the difference here is that this old one, old style, does not have the little dashed line going around the hex head portion of it as like the new one does. Okay guys, so I just wanted to wrap up this video. Went ahead and installed the new EVAP Purge line and the fuel pressure sensor there. Got everything connected, everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and start the car and see how it starts and make sure that there's no air in the lines or anything like that. Alright, let's give it a crank and see what happens here. Alright, so I just kind of also wanted to go through, I don't know if any of you guys have the active exhaust or whatever, but if you go into settings, you got your exhaust mode, you can turn it to quiet mode, and as you can see, it's really quiet. And normal mode. Oh wait, that's still quiet mode. Okay, now we're in normal mode. It gets a little bit louder. And then if you go into sport mode, you can hear a little whoosh that I got there. That's from the air rate intake tube. And then of course track mode, it's going to give you that warning message, but yeah, got a little backfire on that one. Yeah, track mode sounds pretty good. Alright, so everything looks normal. I've got, let's check our gauge mode here. Air fuel ratio looks good, 14, that's normal for idle, 14.2. Cylinder head temp is 151, that's pretty good. Air inlet temp, 92 degrees. We can't see our charge air temperatures on here, but I do actually have... Alright, so there's the OBD2 port on my car. And same spot for every EcoBoost Mustang. You just plug this bad boy in. You can see that you got some lights on up in there. They flash on when the thing first comes online. And what I've been using on my phone is an app that's called Torque. And so the icon looks like that. So we'll open up the Torque app. It looks like this. Alright, so now it says it's reading the fault codes. It's giving me a timer, like a progress bar, progress counter. May take some time, it says. It usually takes about a minute. And this is how you could also go in here and clear your check engine lights if you have any. I also, since I have the Ford Performance Tune in my car, I have the ProCal software that I can use with my my laptop computer. Bring it out here, plug it in with the OBD2. It's very similar to that, except for it has a USB micro adapter on it that you can plug into the USB port of your computer. Alright, so we got 0 faults. As you can see there, it says 0 faults on the log, so that's good. That means everything's running normally. So basically, on the Torque app, you have this thing that says real-time information. And what I did is, it gives you some real data, you know, you got your revs and stuff. You can configure this page kind of however you want to, almost like, you know, you're going to do on a Cobb or something like that. You got your coolant, Down here, vacuum, throttle, speed, acceleration, whatever. But right here, I've got my revs again in big. Okay, there's my IAT3. Okay, so the IAT3 is a plugin that I downloaded. I looked it up on one of these chat forums, I think Mustang 6G or something like that, and I found that the IAT3, they give you a little code, and when you plug in that code, it gives you this Ford IAT3, which is charge air temps. So I went ahead and downloaded that, and as you can see, it says right now it's 96.8, and we're at about 86 degrees. Of course, my car's in the garage, and I haven't been driving it, but 96 is 10 degrees above ambient, so for charge air temperatures, that's not bad when you're sitting here at idle. Of course, that's going to go up as you drive the car a little bit, and what I've noticed is that when I'm doing a pull, it'll go up to about 100, 110 at the most, 105 usually, 105, 106. So it's staying about 20 degrees above ambient temperature if the temperature outside is about 86 degrees. If I do a pull at nighttime, what I find is that the temperature will actually only go up about 10 or 15 degrees above ambient. So if I'm at 70 degrees, it'll stay right around 86 to 90 degrees during while I'm doing a pull, and then when I'm idling, it'll kind of level out. So this intercooler, this is due to the intercooler that I added, the EVAP, so it's definitely helping a lot. When I was using the stock intercooler, my charge air temps were up to about 145 degrees after a couple of pulls during the daytime. And I mean, that's just ridiculous. There's no way that your engine can continue to make power if your charge air temperatures going into the turbo is 146 degrees. It's just going to keep recycling that hot air through from the exhaust, and it's just going to continue to rob power from your engine. So that's the main reason why I wanted to get a big race-style intercooler. And I went with the EVAP from some of the recommendations that I had from some of the forums and whatnot, and it seems to be working out pretty good so far. I can't recommend it even higher than I am right now because it's just awesome, and my car is running great, and I love the fact that it's keeping those charge air temperatures right around 100 degrees or lower. So anyways, I just wanted to walk you guys through that that torque app, and that's about it for this video. We're going to wrap things up. Say goodbye, Alexander.
Bye.
All right, take it easy, guys.